It's Saturday, March 27th, and you're watching The Great Lost Rewatch. Today we're talking about Ab Aeterno. We've been waiting so long for Richard Alpert's flashback story. Plus, it was really nice to have a flashback again. He's from the Canary Islands, and we see him in 1867. His wife, Isabella, has a consumption. He takes all the money that they have, hoping it'll be enough to get her medicine, and she also offers up her crucifix necklace. And Richard just gets really sad and desperate and tries to take the medicine, and he accidentally kills the doctor. Goes back to Isabella. She's already dead by the time he gets there, and he's arrested for murder. But instead of being executed, they sell him as a slave to the Hanzo family, which is going on the Black Rock. The Black Rock is caught in a sudden storm. One of the slaves looks out the side of the ship, and he says he sees the devil, but what he sees is the Taweret, I think that's how you pronounce it, statue, and the waves are so strong and powerful that the Black Rock runs right into the statue, and that's how it breaks. The crew have no supplies, so they're killing off the slaves. But before Richard is killed, we hear the very familiar ticka 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 noise that only the monster can make, and the monster kills everybody that's still alive on the Black Rock. He scans Richard and he leaves him alive. When the monster scans people, it's deciding whether or not it can use those people to help him in his mission to kill Jacob, which is why in season 1, when it confronted Locke the first time, it kept him alive, and why in the season 1 finale it tried to take John Locke, and why in season 2, when it confronted Echo, it kept Echo alive because it saw that Echo had a murderousness past. But then in season 3, when it realized that Echo was not going to kill again, it killed Echo. Poor Richard is chained to the Black Rock and can't go anywhere, and all of a sudden Isabella shows up. The man in black / smoke monster is behind this illusion of Isabella. It's just breaking Richard down to his weakest, most vulnerable point. The man in black gives Richard the same instructions that Dogen gave Saeed. Don't let this person speak, just kill him. Richard goes to what's left of the Taweret statue, but before he can go inside, Jacob, completely kicks his ass. Jacob, to prove to Richard that he's not already dead and in hell, takes him and keeps dunking him into the water so he can't breathe. It's the most extreme baptism I've ever seen. Jacob also talks about how he removes himself from the people he brings here. He doesn't want to, and he shouldn't have to tell them what to do. And Richard says, yeah, you should, because if you don't, the other guy will. Jacob hires Richard to be his voice. In Richard's mind, if he dies, he's going to hell, so the natural thing to ask for is to never die, to be immortal. And Jacob says, that I can do for you. What is the island? What is it exactly? And we have an answer. It's a cork. Explains this with some wine in a wine bottle and a cork. I don't have those things, but I do have a water bottle and some Diet Pepsi. Okay, so the Diet Pepsi is what Richard calls hell, and Jacob says they have plenty of names for it, malevolence and evil, and I think that's confirmation that we're never going to get a name for the man in black. The evil is swirling around, wanting to escape the bottle, and the only reason that it can't escape the bottle is because of the island, which Jacob explains as a cork, but we're going to go with a plastic lid. And the only reason that evil cannot escape is because of the island. Jacob and his acolytes, their mission is to keep the black shirt guy monster on the island and don't let him go home to the real world where he will wreak havoc on us all. In a great show of symbolism and leaving his past behind, Richard buries Isabella's cross. We come back to present day. Richard has gone back to the exact spot where he buried Isabella's cross and digs it up. Hurley helps initiate this beautiful kind of Whoopi Goldberg ghost moment. Oh, my Lord. Isabella also has one more message for Richard.
You have to stop him from leaving the island. Because if you don't, todos nos vamos al infierno.
We flash back to a conversation between Jacob and the man in black. The man in black is singing his same song, I just want to leave. Just let me leave, Jacob. And Jacob says, as long as I'm alive, you're not going anywhere. And the man in black is like, well, that's why I'm trying to kill you.
Even if you do, somebody else will take my place. Well, then I'll kill them too.
And the man in black demonstrates what he thinks about Jacob and his wine bottle analogy. That's certainly another way to get off the island besides uncorking the bottle. You break it. Or maybe you sink it. And that's Ab Aeterno. so much awesome. It was definitely easily the best episode of the season and one of the best episodes of the series. Next week's episode is The Package, and it looks to be a Sun and Jin centric episode. I feel sorry for The Package because it has to follow Ab Aeterno. And how do you follow that awesomeness? I don't know. Good luck to it.
We're gonna need to watch that again.
Hold on, my throat is dry. I'm going to take a quick sip of evil. Oh, if that is evil, I don't want to be good.